Good morning. It's been a while, right? All right. Well, I was not able to get out fishing at all this week. It has been an insane week for me. Just to keep it short, I'm in the second rental of the week. Couldn't get up early this morning. I got such a busy day, but I wanted to get out there and go fishing at least once, even if it's just, we got like 2 hours. But you know what? I reminded myself, why did I move to Florida near the water and the beach if I'm not going to use it? I moved to be close to the water so I can go to it whenever I want. And so it's like 20 minutes. We're going to go down, probably fishing between Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral. Like I said, I didn't get up early. Had some other issues going on, so it was either not go or at least just go. And I figure, hey, we'll get some exercise. We're gonna do it completely different today. We're not throwing out baits and sitting around. Like I said, since we only got 2 hours, I'm just bringing 2 poles, a backpack, and a bucket. And we got some artificials. I've got the NLBN 5-inch paddle tail that we're gonna throw out if we see some mullet runs or some bait getting blown up. And then I also have my Fish or Die bait company, the Mulligan, which was doing really well for me inshore, and I've really been wanting to try it in the surf. I'm thinking the pumps, they might hit it. Anyway, it just sucks that all this stuff is going on right during the mullet run when you really want to be out there, and I wish I could get the kayak out there again. Fingers crossed, who knows, maybe I'll be out there fishing for 10 minutes and they'll call me, say my car's done. I don't know. But if you're interested in hearing all the gritty details on how my week went, instead of just putting this in the intro, I'm going to add it on towards the end. So if you're interested in hearing how my week went, stay tuned to the end. But are we going to get anything within the, I think by the time we get there, we might have like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of fishing. Are we going to get anything? Not sure. I'm not going to hold my breath, but hey, we'll be walking on the beach. So you can't go wrong with starting a Friday morning that way. Anyway, everybody, we'll see you on the beach. I think we're gonna try this by Fish or Die. Yeah, I should have brought the surfboard. What? Yeah, should have brought the surfboard. It's definitely one of those days that you don't see very often here, and should have went surfing. Look at that. Well, you know, I wasn't expecting too much, especially with just over an hour, and you got, you know, it was in between tide, slack tide, and but you know what though, like I said, I just wanted to get at the beach. I need my vitamin C. Beautiful day on the beach, got hot pretty dang quick. Yeah, you can catch stuff there at Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach area. You know, morning's definitely your best bet, especially when it's still getting so hot. But I probably had an extra 30-45 minutes to go, but you know what, I wanted to try one more spot on the way back home. I'm gonna fish, of course. My park pass to get into Jetty Park right over here is in my car at the shop. So thinking about fishing a spot I know under the bridge in between the cruise ships. Maybe we can grab a couple snappers before we head home. Fingers crossed. We'll find out. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll see what we can do. It's a busy day at the port today on Friday. There's at least 3 cruise ships. Looks like they're steaming off, loading up. Disney's one of them. I think that's the Disney Wish. Getting close to snow. Fish right in here. See how we do. It looks like there's some cars even. It's a good size thing of mullet. You guys see him moving in there? Or is... Very cool. It's all kind of stuff in here, huh? Alright, everybody. So, big fat skunk. But, it's kind of expected. I really didn't bring much of anything, and I just wanted to get out and get fishing, get outside, go to the beach. So, yeah. So I'm not really disappointed. I'm actually glad I got to get out, cast some line. There's a lot of mullet still in the water. I didn't see anything feeding on them besides, a few birds. There was a school of, what are they called, bat rays or stingrays, something like that swam through, which is pretty cool. Alright, so you've stayed through the video, or you fast forwarded to get the nitty gritty of my week. Well, if you've been following my channel, you know that I've been trying to get my car fixed. Well, I finally got it in. They finally got the parts. They gave me a rental last Friday. Of course, didn't get working on it on Friday. They're closed the weekend. Monday comes around, and then Tuesday they say my car's done. I wake up to go return the rental, and there is a giant screw in the tire, and the tire is completely flat. Of course, it's the one time I didn't pay for that, almost double the price of the rental for the extended warranty. Anything happens, it's covered. I usually do that. I didn't this time. So go figure. Well, I figured I would call the rental service, and they wanted over $100 just to have someone come out and put the donut on so I can get it to the rental. Well, Mama didn't raise no idiot, and my dad taught me to do quite a bit of stuff, so I figured, you know what? I'll just change the tire myself. So, got the spare out, got the donut spare, whatever you want to call it, and I basically wheeled the car into the street because my driveway is at an angle. Put the donut on, which, by the way, you see those people nowadays, they drive around with donuts, like the dumb. You're not supposed to. It's supposed to just get you where you need to be to get your tire fixed. So that thing is just not driving great. I take it to the rental, and super nice, super friendly. She remembered me from waiting at the dealership all, the last couple weeks. And she says, well, it's going to be way cheaper if you just go replace the tire yourself, So I'm like, I don't want to buy, even a used tire, let alone a new tire for a rental that's not even mine. So this loaner place is the dealership, this GMC dealership. They stopped doing rentals out of nowhere, or loaners, and they just teamed up with the rental, this car rental place that's right next to them. So I walk over to the GMC dealer and say, hey, can you fix this for me? They go in the back, and of course the rental's got some oddball tire size, so they don't have any. So I say, okay, I'm gonna run over to Walmart, check out their tire center. Should be able to get a decent price on a tire there. Wait 30 minutes for that to find out they don't have the right size. So then they point me to another place, this mom and pop tire shop that's maybe a few miles away. I go there and I wait another 30 minutes, and then another 15 minutes while they go look. They don't have the tire size. So then I go to a third place, and they do have a new one left, and they wanted $180 plus labor. So apparently where the screw was, legally, you can't patch it up. The sad thing is that 2 out of the 3 places I went to, And a lot of people that me and my wife had talked to said, oh, I would have put that foam stuff up in there, filled it up with air, and just, try to get away with it. They wouldn't notice. See, I don't work like that. I believe in karma, and here's the thing I have to say to those people that said, I would have just put it, some of these people have jobs that you'd question this type of thinking. So cover it up so you don't have to pay for it. And then the next person gets into it where the tire could blow. Now, this car was a newer car, so it had the navigational screen and everything built in the car. The previous half a dozen locations of this rental were Disney World, Universal Studios, Volcano Bay. This car was being used by families visiting. Yeah, sure, you might not ever know if some family got in that car, wrecked it, or someone got hurt. You won't know, but come on, people. Life, it throws you curveballs. It shits on you sometimes. It's all about perspective. Just look at it. So I didn't do that. It didn't feel right with me. Me and my wife were just not those kind of people. So I got to the point where I said, whatever, I'm just going to have the rental people put the new tire on. And then I decided, I'm going to try one more spot. And it's the real rough part of town. And it's one of those tire junkyard type places that's, you probably would think twice about stopping in. I stop in there, no lie, I count more than a dozen cats out front. And it turns out they do have a tire. I start talking to the guy, we're hitting it off, and he says, I can do it for you, cash under the table. We'll just knock it out. He was going to charge me the same price as the other place was, like 180 something, but he was going to cover labor. He saw my hat, saw that I was a veteran as well. So he hooked it up. I think he made probably maybe 20, 30 bucks off me. So he sold me the tire for like 140 bucks and then did the labor. Granted, I ended up getting down and dirty, helping him. I was already dirty and greasy. So I put the spare tire back in, help him lift it, put the tire on. And then I go back. Oh, by the way, he mentions to me that they actually do the tows and the pickups for the rentals in the area. And this was later confirmed by the rental lady as well, that if I would have had the rental company do it, they would have charged me for the tow to come get the rental, the tow to go take it to the shop, the tire price, the labor price, the tire disposal price, and then the tow to send it back to the rental. So, like I said, karma, whatever you want to call it, just perspective. Just maintain that positive attitude. Don't just be passing it on. Take care of it. So, was it a stressful day? Sure. Long day? Hell yeah. But in the end, I got a flat. It happens to us all. But in this case, I was able to knock it out and actually get it replaced and everything for less than what it would have cost me to have that insurance coverage. Get my car back. Yay! 10 minutes down the highway, and that rattle starts happening again, which I've taken it many times talking about this rattle. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So they told me what was being fixed now. The throttle body was actually going to be what was causing the rattle. Well, it wasn't. And I couldn't afford to turn back. So I said, I will be back there first thing in the morning, and I want a shop manager to get in the car with me and go for a ride, because I'm done playing this chase my tail around. Show up the next morning, shop manager gets in the car. Of course I start driving around and it's not doing it. So I drive it around a little longer and it starts doing it again. He says, oh, yeah, that sounds like just something loose. And I said, yeah, well, that's what I've been saying. Sounds like a loose air filter or something simple. But I've told them that the last 3 times I came in, you would think that they've checked it. He says, wheel it around back. I'll wheel it in right now. 15 minutes, 30 minutes tops. Hour goes by. The guy I've been working with comes back with a video. Turns out my engine isn't seated properly. It's lower than what it should be, and it's resting on one of the support brackets, literally grinding metal. My guess is when we first moved here, a little over a year ago, 3,400 miles, the transmission went bad. They did have to lift the engine. More likely, they didn't torque down the engine when they put it back in, and that's why it slowly got worse. It just rattled its way to where it is now. So now, I get, real quick too, I got charged 2 days for the rental because the warranty only covers, the repair was 2 days of work, but they gave me the rental on a Friday. So guess what? They don't work on weekends. So I got charged for 2 extra days. How about you guys charge weekdays? Like, if you're not working the weekend, why am I getting charged for the rental on those days? Anyway. So now they're ordering another part. They're getting some more stuff done, and now I have a new rental. This rental. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. You know, a lot of other stuff too, and that's a lot of just all kind of stuff going on. So that's why I wasn't able to get up extra early this morning, go fishing. You know, I probably would have had better luck this morning if I got up earlier. Long night. But yeah, things will get back together, and we'll get back on the kayak and do some hardcore fishing soon. I'm actually thinking, I was kind of kicking myself in the ass because I should have checked the surf report. I was just going, you know, I didn't even check the tides or anything like that because I just wanted to go walk on the beach and just figured I'd bring a rod and reel and cast out. Why not? You're there, right? So I didn't look up any reports or anything like that. But I wish I would have. The surf was better than I've seen it in quite some time. Really kicking myself in the butt for not bringing the board. So I will have to check that out. Maybe I can head out there this weekend and take advantage of these swells. But anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. For all you guys that hit me up wanting to go fishing, and you know, especially my kayaking group of friends, I'm getting there. You know, it's just right now I don't have means to get the kayak from point A to point B. So I'm thinking until I can get the car back, I might do a couple projects that I have on the kayak. You know, I got some protective plastic to put on the bottom to stop scratches. And I also am thinking about putting some foam bumpers around the edges of my kayak because, you know, sheephead season is just around the corner, and you're going to be fishing around a lot of structure, and those oysters and clams and all that stuff that are on those structures will really eat up your kayak and plastic and scratch it up. So I've seen guys ghetto rig, you know, foam insulation pipe or foam noodles on the edges of their kayak, you know, to give them that buffer. So that's something else I might want to do, and possibly I do need to tighten up my rudder system in the kayak. So a lot of stuff to do. Maybe I'll do some videos on that. I get it. Today was you know, definitely a different video. It's more just an update on what's going on. I just wanted to make sure I got out and did something fishing because it is a fishing channel. So, yeah. But thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. The videos will get back on track here soon. Everybody knows life you know, gets in the way sometimes, but you know, it is what it is, right? So, get outside, go fishing, go swimming, go hiking. Just get outside. I know they used to say that when I was growing up and then the generation before, but nowadays it's way more important than it has ever been. You know, we all, including myself, and right now, you know, we spend so much screen time. And then that's one thing that I do hope that maybe my videos will do is, even if it's just a handful of people, just give them that extra little motivation that even if you only have a couple hours, go for a walk, go for a hike, go fishing. I mean, there's so many cool things that you can see. You know, like I said, we didn't catch anything today, but we saw some really cool stuff. We got to enjoy the beach and, you know, dip our feet in the sand and soak up some sun. And I mean, that's a win. But stay tuned. I will get a new video out. And once the car's back, game on. All right. Tight lines, everybody. Peace.